All right. So thank you everyone. So welcome to our live training here. So today we have some special guests, a special guest from Sandeep, okay, from India. So which is one of the Google ad agency. He do amazing work for my store already. So that's why today I know a lot of you guys having issues with Facebook ad being banned. You know, even you have some Google ad issues, right? So as a business, we always need to know how to diversify. It's not just about Facebook. It's not just about organic traffic or whatever. Every single business they need to touch base on different part of things because different product may sell in different channel. Okay, you need to test whether your product can sell in this channel, then you need to optimize it. Right? Some maybe only work on YouTube, some may only work on TikTok, this and that. We never know until we really test it, until we really understand the market more. Right? And most important is especially right now during the Q4, uh, Black Friday, winter, Christmas season, a lot of people are shopping for gifts. Right? So Google is one of the best place for you guys to touch base on. For us, we see a surge in sales basically on Google is way more than on Facebook because everyone is searching. And they are what we call high quality buyer. They search it, they go to your website. In return, they're building up your very, very good high quality Facebook pixel as well. So in return, optimize your Facebook account even easy. Right? So that's why today we have Sandeep here. Okay, so you can call Sandy or Sandeep, right? Okay, so he's also from India. Okay, so here today we'll give you guys some amazing training on how to use Google Ad or in general what it is and how you guys maybe if you need it you can use you can ask him for more advice. So if you have any question, please save till the end. Okay, so today Yik will talk less and we will let Sandy to be the host. All right, so before we start, just give me a lot of 777. Just welcome Sandy, and then we're gonna give the stage to Sandy. Okay, so stage yours, Sandy.
Okay, thank you very much, Jake. Thank you very much for having me here, giving me this opportunity to work with you. You're doing crazy stuff, and we really love working with you, working on your stores, and giving me this opportunity to communicate with your team, with your community also. So, guys, I basically speak a bit fast. If you see that you are having issues understanding, just let me know, stop me, because sometimes I go into the flow and I forget that I'm speaking online and it actually get fast. So if you get like you see that you are unable to understand anything, or you see I'm speaking a bit fast, you can stop me and ask me. So before starting, I would love to tell something about myself, and let me first share my screen.
Yep, you can,
So yeah, can you see my screen? Yep.
Yep,
Perfect.
yep, it's working.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, today we will, like as Yik already has mentioned, we are going to discuss about the Google ads for the e-commerce. Facebook ads and e-commerce, everyone knows it. Every e-commerce store starts with the Facebook ads and ends up with the account suspension or the business suspension. But it is very good to scale there on the Facebook. And the second big giant is Facebook. In fact, it's the first big giant, Google. Google is, like the most popular search engine. They have hundreds of properties. They use the maximum ad network with the display ads. They have YouTube search. Everything is there, and a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs, a lot of e-commerce owners are not able to utilize the power of the Google ads. So I myself contain an experience of more than 10 years in the digital marketing, have worked on more than 500 e-commerce stores. We in the last 12 months we have generated like more than 150 million US dollar in revenue for our clients from the Google alone. And right now also we are managing like 1 to 2 million US dollars per month ad budget for our clients. So the one benefit, the single one benefit that you get by working on these stores and getting this access is the knowledge, because you work on the day-to-day based strategies, you implement a lot of strategy, you test out 100 things. Not everything doesn't work, but you know what is working, what is not working. What if this thing doesn't work, this work? What if this thing doesn't work, this work? So in this webinar I will give my 100%. I will try to give you all the practical things which you can go and implement in your stores and in your accounts, and can see getting some extra revenue from Google for the same. So without making any delay, let's start with the Google Ads, because it's a long PPT ahead, and I will try to cover up in the time that we have.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, so
perfect.
drop notes. Make sure you drop notes, everyone. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, you can begin.
Okay, so I'm going to minimize it. Correct. So this is the outline of the today discussion, PPC ads framework, the framework that we will go through. Cold, warm, hot campaign setup. Like everyone knows how to set up the cold, hot, and warm campaign, into the Facebook ads. But how we can do the same thing into the Google ads? It is actually doable, and we are going to do it into the Google ads as well. Campaigns optimization. Once the campaigns are set up, then how to optimize them, and then how to scale them. So basically, we will cover all these topics. Now, this is a flowchart that we typically use in our agency, which actually help us to understand what we need to do on the 36,000 feet bird view. So I can zoom it basically.
That's good.
I can share this flowchart with you with Yik, and then you can get from the Yik, or we can share it on in the group also, so you can see what it is actually. Let me go through the flowchart to help you. So like you can see, it's a Google Ads for e-commerce. We can set up the different type of campaigns with the Google Ads, like the search ads, shopping ads, display ads, YouTube ads, and there's a one competitor research, which is very uh, productive and very good if we do it in the initial days. So let's start with the first type of campaign, which is the search ads. Search ads is like intentional based traffic. This is the major difference when it comes to Google and Facebook. Google is all about intention traffic. People are actually typing, they are looking for the services or the products that you are selling. Now they might not look directly for that specific product, but they have that query in the mind somehow related to that product. So you can advertise there, and you can grab those attention, you can grab those customers, those audiences. We can divide the search ads into the three type of campaign: hot campaigns, warm campaigns, and the cold campaigns. Now there is no such at tactical level. When you go into the ad account, there is no such differentiation available. It is at the strategic level, which means when you do the keyword research, you have to divide them. What is the hot keyword, what is the warm keyword, and what is the cold keyword? Hot keyword is anything when they are very much, they are likely to make the order, when they are very likely to make an order. For example, uh, Nike shoes. Someone is searching black Nike sports shoes for men, which means they are very particular. Like they are going to buy this product. And if we are a retailer, or we have merchandise of Nike, I would love to show to that search intent. So that's why you have to identify the hot keywords. This is very limited audience. This is not very broad audience, but when like I get asked a lot of time this question when e-commerce owners ask me how much budget I should start with Google. So whatever budget you start with, make sure that you are spending 100% into the hot campaigns. So hot campaigns include your brand campaigns, which means your brand name, product specific campaigns. If you have 100 products, make sure that you have the 100, you are targeting each product, because every product has very hot audience, and make sure to target that so that you can grab as much as traffic you can from there. Like I further mentioned the SCAG, which means single keyword ad group. So for the product specific campaigns, always use the SCAG. SCAG is like you will get the 100% impression share of the ads. It's a bit of technical, but once you go into it, you will understand it.
Okay.
The next is the RLSA. RLSA is a kind of remarketing campaign, but it is for the search audience, not for the display or the YouTube. We know on the Facebook, like remarketing is dynamic. You show like users get the same product they see in the dynamic ads. But in the RLSA, it's a different, which means if someone searched for the if someone has searched the Google ads, just give me a second, Yik, I have to disable this messenger.
Screw it first.
Sorry, sorry for the interruption. So RLSA is like remarketing list for search ads, which means you can actually retarget the people who already had visited your website. So if you are running Facebook ads and the same person is searching on Google, because the cookie is already there, so they can you can advertise, you can bid more to that specific audience, which means your ads will show on the top and you can customize. For example, hey, we have 50% discount, get it here. So that ads will show differently. It will not show to everyone, only to the persons who already went through the website. So these are very RLSA campaigns proves very well when work with your remarketing audience. Specifically, if you have the customer match, you are generating the leads, you are like grabbing the emails of your customer through email pop-ups, discounts, or other stuff, customers. Then you can actually submit like Google, like Facebook, you can submit your customer list, and you can show your ads to those specific customers if they are searching on Google. And then further is a discovery campaign. Discovery campaign with the retargeting audience. Discovery campaigns are very new type of campaigns launched by Google, and these are very, very effective. They actually show the picture and a very good description. So with the retargeting, you can use in the retargeting, you can use them to your hot audience, which means if someone is someone already has made some touch point with your website, you can retarget them again and again on the search and discovery with a search campaign itself. And then is the warm campaign. Warm campaigns are kind of keywords or people who are looking for information and consideration. For example, best shoes or best products. So in this case, like best hearing ads. In this case, like they are not sure they are going with one product or one store, but they are considering, they are looking for the multiple option. These, because remember, when someone search on Google, they always go for top four or five results. Even if they are going to the ads, they always open 2 or 3 ads, and they compare the products and the prices. So it is very important that we show the ads to the relevant audience. So in the warm campaigns, we can use direct to advertorial page, discovery campaigns, category page of the website, product type pages, and the collection pages. We can also use the product pages if there is if the keyword search volume is high. So advertorial pages, in the advertorial pages, we can make different type of campaigns, reviews, advertorial page, listicle style, informative style, comparison style. And then the cold campaigns, and always divide your budget. First that should go to the hot campaign, then it should go to the warm campaign, and then it should go to the cold campaign, whatever is left. So what cold campaign will use the minimum of the ad spend, but if you are looking to scale and you have the advertisement budget, then spend it on the cold campaigns on the advertorial pages. So we use advertorial page type of campaigns which are search ads, but it is more informative or listicle content where they get a lot of information. We build a rapport basically with the customer, and then we retarget them, because this is already a funnel. Once the customer is visited the website, they come into a funnel. Whenever next time they type something, we grab them.
Okay.
The discovery campaigns and the smart campaigns. So discovery campaigns, like again, you can similar audience, affinity audience, intent based, and the topic based you can do with that. Then shopping ads. Now Google shopping ads and e-commerce is like a go hand in hand. So if you are running e-commerce store, Google shopping ads is a must thing that should be done. There are two regions. First, when someone search on Google, the Google shopping ads shows with the product, their price, reviews, rating, any discount is available there. So which means a user get very easily data that how many stores are advertising this product, what is the price comparison, and what are the other things. So they can easily identify your product, they can buy from there. So, and the traffic, the cost of traffic is very less than the cost of the search ads. So it's much cheap traffic than the search ads. So but Google, the only difference between Google and search ads and shopping ad, that you can control the intention, you can control the keyword in the search ads, but you cannot control the keyword into the shopping ads. There are some ways which you can use, which I will discuss in the later slides. So in the shopping ads, again, you can set up the 3 type of campaigns: hot campaign, warm campaign, and RLSA. The hot campaigns are your products where you have advantage, which means because Google shopping ads show the price and the product upfront to the customers when they are searching on Google. So it is very important that we show the best products when we are running in the competitor, so that our product stands out. It seems different, and grab the attention, and we get the maximum sale. So anyone like your best selling products where you have price advantage, you have availability advantage, any other advantage than the competitors, or the best, you have any best product, you can use the hot campaigns. Warm campaigns, like it is sending the traffic to the all other category pages or the product pages or product type of pages, that is all coming to the warm campaigns. And then again RLSA, you can again use the RLSA with the Google shopping ads too. So the next type of campaign we can do is the display ads, which is hot and cold. Again, hot is like your retargeting audience, standard display retargeting, and dynamic retargeting. Dynamic is, again, as per the website they have visited and the products they have seen, they will see the same kind of products throughout the other website they will browse. And standard is if you know specific placements, or you know your specific products you want to promote to the specific audience, your retargeting audience, you can use the standard display remarketing campaign. For the cold campaign, you can target on the interest base, on the keyword base, similar audience base, placement based, and the topic based. So again, this is the YouTube ads. Like YouTube ads is actually a tricky one. For the YouTube ads, you need to have different type of videos than you use on the Facebook ads. On Facebook, we basically use 15 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds video. But on YouTube, the videos length should be longer. Like it can be, you know, more than 30 seconds if you are using it with a strategy, because you have to tap specific audience there. They keep people are actually searching there, so we have to use informative type of content there into the YouTube videos. But we can use hot ads there with the retargeting list, like the people who already visited, and we can retarget them onto the YouTube as well. And this is the competitor. You can type your competitor's brand. If I'm promoting Nike, I can type with the Adidas, Puma, you know. So when someone is searching Adidas or something, I can show my ads there. So I know it's a lot to grab, but Google is a very complex than the Facebook, but it's a very granular as well.
Yep.
So this is the Google Ads funnel. Like we discussed, search ads, shopping ads, display ads, and the YouTube ads. So like we have mentioned already in the graph, hot campaigns, warm campaigns, and cold campaigns. So this is like you have to basically, and cold, hot, and warm have to be keyword and intention based. This is the most important thing. This is the key actually.
Mm.
So here are just some results. Like we with this this is one of the client that we run. We spent like 24,000. We made 244, like approx 10x ROI here. And then search campaign setup. Now let's discuss about the search campaign setup, which I explained into the flow chart. Like hot campaigns, so any product specific campaign, any brand specific campaigns, buying intent audience, which means the keywords. So the one way of identifying the buying intent audience is these keywords will be long, like they have more than two or three words into it, because the longer the query is, the better intent it has, and it has low search volume always. And discovery campaigns with the remarketing list, warm campaigns, campaign targeting categories or product types, advertorial campaigns, discovery campaigns, targeting custom intent audience, consideration campaigns. Cold audience is again like the broad audience, and one or two word type keywords, like keyword with one word or two word, or short type keywords, or keywords which has a lower search volume. For example, like shoes, it has, you know, 100,000 of search volume per month, but we don't know what type of like shoes it is. They are looking for formal, sports, man, woman, color, you know, price tag, we don't know. So anything which has a lot of, which is a short and long query, it is called keyword. Discovery campaign with interest or intent based, and advertorial campaigns. Now search campaign optimization. Now this is a day-to-day based tasks. When you are running the search campaign, it is very important how to optimize them. So these are certain variables which you have to look into when you go to your campaign, and you have to optimize them, like search terms. What actually search terms you are getting? There is a difference when Google use the keywords that you use and the keywords that actually get the clicks. There's always difference. This is called search terms. So always find those search terms. What are those search terms? You can find them into the Google Ads, and they will show you is it relevant or not, and whatever is relevant, add them into the negative keyword. And then the keywords match type. There are four type of keywords match type. Match type is like Google has this function where you can add keywords into the four type: broad match, broad modifier match, exact match, and the phrase match. So always test out which match type works better. You can test out by checking your KPIs like CTR, CPC, CPA, ROS, quality score. This is the main metric that you have to look out, because it helps you to bring down your cost and bring up your results. So the reason of quality score is because Google always favors the advertisers who are complying with their policies, whose customers are happy, who are giving the better response, like the Facebook. And demographics, CTR, click-through rate, impression share, bids. You can always optimize your bids, like you can, increase and decrease the bids and see how it go. Bounce rate analysis, you can see what keyword is giving what bounce rate, negative keywords. Auction insights. Auction insights is actually tell you in Facebook we cannot understand like how delivery insights is there into the Facebook, but we don't know what our competitors are doing, how much advertising space do they have, how much they are advertising. But in Google we can understand, we can identify how many advertisers are advertising with the same product, with the same system, and how much are they actually acquiring the market. So this is the beauty. If you want, if your objective is to capture the complete market, you can make your advertisers out of out of the space from there. And days and time, device locations, and again intent type. So that is about the Google search ads. Now we will discuss more about the Google shopping campaigns, powerhouse of great results. So this is like again last 30 days, and we spent like on the Google shopping campaign like 7,500 and generated 87,000, approx 11x ROS, and this is all cold. This was all cold traffic, So this is the power of Google shopping. Google, because it gives you the less the traffic that comes, it comes with the less cost. It like cents, in the cents, 0.3 cent, 0.4 cent, like 40 cent, 0.50 cent, 0.60 cent. Sorry. So all this stuff come with that. Now Google shopping campaign setup, again hot campaigns, warm campaigns. Now into the hot campaigns you have to use your best selling products, your lowest price products where you have the price advantage, because maximum of the customers, when they see a different same product but with a less price, they go and buy it from the Google shopping. Any competitive advantage that you have. So it's very important that you identify your products where you have the price advantage or any competitive advantage, because your competitors will also be showing the ads there on the Google. Negative search terms for all cold and warm keywords, smart, product specific campaigns, single product campaigns, RLSA, high priority campaigns, maximize click speed strategy. So negative search term, now this is very important. Negative search terms for all cold and warm keywords, because in Google shopping you cannot control what keyword or what search term is going to show your products or your ad, but you can control what keyword or what search term should not show your ad. So once when you are setting up the Google shopping campaign, do a proper keyword research and identify all those terms which you don't want to show. For example, free, reviews, and coupons, like such type of stuff which you don't want to show. Download, all these things you can show. Then the smart product specific campaign. This is basically done at a later stage when you have the conversion history and everything. Then you can run the smart product campaign. Smart campaigns perform very well, but in order to do that, your account should have a conversion history. Your account should have the conversions and the data. Single product campaign, this is the setup structure. Like you can set, if you have less inventory, like your inventory is 10 products, 20 products, or 50 or 100 products even, you can set up the single product campaign, which means you will have a control on every product. You can increase bid, you can decrease budget, you can scale it fast, and it will get the maximum impression share because it has its individual ad budget. There is one thing with the Google ads, that when you collaborate multiple items, for example keywords or product IDs, all the budget get divided, and Google favors the products IDs or keywords which gets the maximum response. But it's not mandatory that the item or the keyword which is getting the maximum response is actually the best, is actually converting. So in this case, some keywords and some product IDs don't get chance to advertise, and they can convert better. So it's important to segregate it initially and see which one works better, and the one which works better, then it can be scaled further. Then the warm campaigns, again, like on the category based, product type categories, smart campaigns, all product campaigns, and the ECPC bid strategy you can use there. So optimization, how you are going to optimize the Google Shopping campaign. Segregate campaigns properly. Like I mentioned, you can create the item ID by campaigns or product type or the category wise. Consistently exclude search terms. There are two type of shopping campaigns you can create. One is smart and second is standard. I don't recommend setting up the smart campaigns in the very initial stage if your account doesn't have the history, because you will not get the search terms data. You will not be able to add negative terms. You will not be able to identify the best converting search terms. So initially always go with the standard campaigns. Once you have data, once you identify the products which are converting, then use those products into the smart shopping campaigns, and that will do very good. That is something we have done with the Yik stores, because initially the campaigns, the accounts were not profitable because we didn't have much data. But with time we worked on the data, we find out the elements which were converting and we scale them only. And you already had shown how good the campaigns are now doing on the autopilot, scaling them, because Google, once stable, is once optimized and then it's very stable and it's very good to scale.
Yep.
So don't bid too high. You don't have to bid 1, 2, or 3. If you bid too high, it will exhaust budget and it will not convert. Bid, the average bid should be done on a Google Shopping is 0.35 cent to 0.60 cent. Exclude products not converting. Use showcase ads to bring interaction. This is your top of the funnel. Use smart campaigns, like I mentioned. Once you have the conversions, the 20-30% increase in bids gradually. Only the products which are converting and you want to scale it, just increase 20-30%. Don't increase 50 or 100 or 200, otherwise it will again explode. Dedicated campaign for the performing products, like we discussed, and the demographic optimization. Okay, so that was about the Google Shopping. This is, see, I cannot describe every step by step into the Google Shop, what can be done into the Google Shopping, but giving you in nutshell, when you have a e-commerce store and you want to run the Google Shopping ads, always create I'll always create two campaigns. One campaign with all products, but keep it at low priority. There are three priorities that you can set up in the Google Shopping when setting up a campaign: high, middle, and low. So low priority, it doesn't mean Google will not advertise or show your products. It means if you are using the same product into the three campaigns, Google will see which campaign has the high priority, which has medium, and which has low. So that product, and if that product is eligible to show for a search term, then that product will be shown first from the high one, second from the medium, and third from the low one. So always use all products with the low priority and standard campaign, and always create second campaign with the best products, best selling products you have, or the competitive advantage products you have. So once your all campaign, all product campaign is running and you have identified the products which are converting, then create the separate campaigns for them. Sorry, don't create the separate campaigns for them. Keep those products into that campaign and move all other products to a new campaign. Because if you create the new campaigns for the converting products, it will delete the history and reshuffle again everything, which can change the performance. And once you have sufficient data, then convert them to the smart and it will do amazing. Now let's come to the display. Honestly, Google, for the e-commerce store, display is like mostly the dynamic remarketing. Because if you go with the dynamic remarketing, that is the best thing you can target, and you will see some good ROS there. Because and specifically if you have small stores or you are doing drop shipping, or you have very tight budget, then go with the dynamic remarketing. But when you want to scale, then use the dynamic remarketing placements that have shown some conversions and create them into the standard campaign and scale them. That will help you to scale it fast. So we can create dynamic remarketing campaign with the dynamic product specific ads, standard remarketing campaign with custom images, or we can use HTML5 ads. Cold campaigns, similar audience. If you have put up the customer list, you can create the similar audience. You can also create the similar audience from the add to cart, from purchases for and events or visitors or repeat visitors, like whatever, there are many type of audiences you can create in Google Ads. You can also import the audiences from the Google Analytics as well. Placement based and the interest based. So display campaign optimization, mobile placements exclusion. It is very important that you exclude all mobile apps from the display ads, and try to exclude the mobile placements as much as possible. Just keep the mobile placements like the mobile device browser, Chrome or Safari. That's worth keeping them. And always use latest models and latest softwares, because that means those people who are using them, they are, they are actually, they are the devices are at the big size, big screen, and they work fast, they have good internet and everything. So that's why always keep the latest models and the latest browsers and the latest iOS. Exclude placements not converting. Don't run small smudge display ads, like uh, you can advertise hundreds of dimensions on the Google Ads, but don't use small, always use big, which can catch attention, and your message, your image should be very good. We have noticed maximum conversion from HTML5 ads, and demographic optimization based on income, home ownership, age can be done there. YouTube campaigns, improve your bottom of funnel with YouTube ads. Now YouTube ads is like a tricky ads. If I recommend to use YouTube ads only when you are scaling, or when you have very good creatives, very good content team, because YouTube ads needs a lot of optimization, a lot of targeting. You can for the retargeting audience, I highly recommend to use them competitor brand keywords. You can use them, and brand keywords, for example. And it also understand the average product size, what is your AOV, what is your customer lifetime value, how aware is your product, is your customer going to the YouTube to see how they look or find. For example, there are some products and some industries where people go on the YouTube and see how it works. For example, MacBook. If someone have to buy a MacBook, they always go and find the reviews, they see how it works. So if you are selling something like, relevant, or in the industry like electronics, which you seem that people are seeing, then you should use the YouTube ads. I had a client where we used to advertise, something into the auto industry. It was a cleaning product which used to clean the cars, and we were investing very heavily onto the YouTube ads. And the advantage that gave that we gave from get from the YouTube is actually increase the brand value. So the brand search terms increased a lot in the 6 months. The brand search volume was like 7 300 per month, and it increased to 30,000 per month. So it went to, 8 figure with but they did very high investing on the YouTube ads upfront. There is very less ROS, but at the back end you can make a lot of money from the YouTube ads, and there are metrics available which helps you track, like the conversion, view through conversions, like how many people converted after viewing this ad. And this is the core value: think your customer first, use the right funnel, like I described, the hot, cold, hot, warm, and cold. And if you have your customer first into the mind, you are in the right funnel, then sell when they are looking, which is like intentional based. This is what our core values are, this is what Google core values are. And if you use it, it will definitely going to work. So different type of campaigns for different type of stores. Select the right campaign for your budget. This is like basically for the different, if small store, big store, and medium type stores, what type of campaigns you can select and how you can work with them. So small budget, run Google shopping campaigns with dynamic display, dynamic remarketing, and consistently optimize your products to get the profitable returns. If you have small budget, for example, your budget is 1000 or 2000, and you want to, test the Google ads, then always use Google shopping campaigns and the dynamic remarketing campaign. That's it. You can also use the search brand campaigns, just 3 campaigns. Don't create hundreds of campaigns there. If you are dropshipper, then Google shopping and advertorial campaign with search ads are the best to get the amazing ROS. We are currently working with many dropshippers, and we are using this same exact strategy, and we are getting very good results for them. Brand building, so always use Google search, display retargeting, YouTube retargeting, and brand targeting. large stores or someone like who is spending more than 10K per month, Google search, granular keyword targeting, shopping campaigns, display remarketing, YouTube discovery, and the smart campaign. So yeah, I'm open for the questions, Yik, and this is my details. If anyone want to reach me out, I will leave them later also. I cannot hear you, Yik.
Okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
not.
Okay, how about now? How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
thank you, Sandeep. It's really, really good, to be honest. Yeah. So it's really, I would say, it's very lecture based, it's very intensive. But by what you're saying, I can say if I just give you one keyword, you can say it for 1 hour. I'm definitely, you can say like that because you have a lot of
Yeah.
experience with what the other store is doing. So when you say like, okay, for YouTube, it's more like for brand building, you need to have good creative. And then because of that, you're going to get a lot of brand search because of people know more about this brand, right? So basically, you really, really understand like each placement, what's best for everything. So this is really good. Even for me, I dropped down lots of notes here. So for those, make sure you drop notes, to be honest, because
Yeah.
we also want to keep learning because like every
Definitely.
placement, we don't know how it works. Exactly, right? Like, oh, I just realized that. Yeah, go ahead, you have.
Yeah, because what I have seen, I'm in the industry from last 10 years and I'm very active in the groups. We are doing a lot of Facebook as well, but Facebook is easy. Facebook, you have to identify your message, your audience, your offer, and then you have to scale it up. So Google, it's very complex. It seems
Yeah,
complex, but when you learn, it's very granular and it's very easy to do as well.
yeah,
All you have to understand data and you have to strategy and work on it.
yeah, yeah. It was like this. You can make it like make Google look like you can even do like warm campaign, hot campaign, cold campaign. It really amazed me because when I first started with my Google ad, I just
Yeah.
do Google Shopping. I don't know what it is. I just put it there. But I do like the same. I exclude product, I exclude keyword, and then I move the winning product to another individually. That's it. That's all I know. And I do some search ad. And then
So,
actually it will work if you do something like this. Even if you don't touch it, but I have no idea how to scale up. I don't know how to increase the budget. That's why we just stuck. Right? Maximum I can just do like maybe $30 per day. And then that's it. Even though we're making profitable, but whenever we scale, we just die. But when you after you say it like this and that, yeah, really, really way more clear than what I used to be doing.
yeah, definitely. It's a lot of misconception there actually in the market, and this funnel technique that I have mentioned, very very few people are using it because everyone thinks it's a keyword based. They are using the same keyword which has like 100,000 search volume, and the a keyword. Like, how can you use the two keywords into the same campaign when one is like searched by 100,000 people and one is searched by only 100 people?
Yeah, yeah.
They definitely have a different intent. They definitely have the different requirements. So always show them the different ad, different product, go with a different angle. And when you understand your customers, you understand your business actually on Google booms.
Yep, yep, that's really, really good. It's like, for example, people just want to buy shoes, they just type shoes. Then those are cold audience, right? But when you search Nike, you're running ad for Nike, then you know this
Yeah,
can be your hot audience, this and that. This like then
exactly.
in that page, you need to separate the campaign maybe in different ad group or wherever, so you can get a better optimization. This is really, really good, really good. Okay, so
So
we are okay. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
yeah, what the thing like Google basically takes your time in the research. You have to understand your audience. Like you basically, it is more about understanding your audience and sending them to the right offer that you have. Yeah, let's take some questions from the audience and let's answer them. Try to answer them in the time.
There's a lot. Let me see. uh, yeah. So you can see the chat box, right? Yeah, I think that's
Yeah. I can see. I can see there are some questions. Like let's take it from the beginning.
yeah. You can go through one by one, maybe. You can read the question out and see which one you want to answer. Easier for you to answer.
So here is one like okay. What's the minimum revenue you get started working with you? Okay, this is the something if you want to work like with us, I have the details there, we can discuss them later. You can approach you.
Mm-hmm.
And, very interesting, do you conduct Google courses? I don't have Google courses, but it's been actually demanded by a lot of audience, and I do have a Facebook group which is by the name of e-commerce PPC secrets,
Yep.
where I share all of my nuggets. Like this PPT, I basically, completed everything in
Mm.
one PPT. There we publish a lot of content that we experience on day-to-day basis, and we share there. You can join that. And I am writing a ebook right now, which
Yep.
is going to come by the end of this month. So once that available, you can have it. that is going to have everything about the e-commerce and Google Ads. So what are the niches that are suitable for Google Ads? See, any niche which where people are searching on Google is suitable for Google. How many products does a dropshipping store need to in order to Google Ads to be effective? You can have as much as products you can have into the dropshipping store. It's not about how many products you need. It is about what products work. There's a testing also. You can do the testing of your dropshipping products onto the Google Shopping, like set up the different Google Shopping campaign for each product, set $10-20 budget a day and leave it and see the ATC, initial checkout, bounce rate, and how it perform, and then optimize it accordingly.
Okay, so how much per day for the campaign? 10,
You can start 10 to 50 US dollars per day.
okay, 10 to 15.
In the US market. If there's any other market, then you can start with the low as well.
Mm-hmm.
How long how long need to run Google Ads before seeing consistent results? So 3 months, basically 3 months time is what you need to optimize everything and get that to data, but you can start getting the results within a month if you set up campaign and run them properly. Okay, the name of the Facebook group is the e-commerce PPC secrets. Let me type it. I can type in the chat, right?
Yeah. And I will also share the group to our group as well. No worry. Sorry.
Yeah, e-commerce PPC secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, you type it on the Google, you will find it. Okay. Any other questions, guys? We can take more questions.
Set up HTM5 without an agency. Oh, this is really in-depth question. I'm not sure why my campaign isn't spending. Any book.
Okay, I cannot find more productive questions. There are many questions which are not productive, so let's not waste time there. So that is not a course, guys. It's a simple ebook, and it's not very very costly. It's just $49 on the pre-booking, and once the book is launched, it's 99 US dollars. And believe me, if you just do that, don't need any 2,000 5,000 course. I'm just doing that for the sake of sharing knowledge, but I cannot do that in free. I hope the people who are doing business, they can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guide is stable for beginners as well. The group link is right. So there's one question. I tried Google search campaign before. How to optimize the keywords? This is a very good question. First of all, like I mentioned, always divide your keywords into the 3 categories: hot keywords, warm keyword, and the cold keyword. Just to give you a hint, hot keywords are longer keywords where they have more than 2 words, and their search volume is always small or limited. And warm keywords are like keywords which are two words keyword or 3 words keyword, and they have moderate search volume. Cold keywords are the one which has a huge search volume. It is it is tempting to go for the huge search volume, but that doesn't convert because it's a mix of audience. So always go first, use your budget with the keywords which are long and which have the low search volume, and use them into the phrase match or the broad modifier match. Broad modifier is when you use the plus icon with the keyword with the word.
Oh, okay.
So someone asked for the group link. I'm putting it here.
Yep, go ahead and share the link already. Good.
Yeah, the link it was already there. I also put it here.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we have 10 more minutes. We can take more questions. I ran dynamic remarketing ad yesterday, but I'm not sure why my campaign is not spending. So Julian, I believe you need to see the audience. First of all, see how big is your audience, and then see the bid. Either your bid is small or your audience is small. You need at least 1,000 people in your remarketing list to show the ads. Well, for dynamic remarketing, you need at least 100 people. For RLSA remarketing list on search ads, you need 1,000 people, and you can make the similar audience of your dynamic remarketing audience as well. How easy it is to do up a HTML5 ad without an agency? There is a Google Designer Studio available, which actually helps you to create the HTML5 ads. It is like Canva. You can install that and you can create the HTML5 ads with that. Google Designer.
Google Designer.
Okay, so have you got any other question?
So the link for your book. Yeah, for the link of book, I will ask for when Sandy is ready, I will share with you guys. No worry for the book.
Yeah, web designer. This is the right. Yes, web designer with Google. That this is the right one. So Rohan, question, I have tested like 1,000+ keywords. What I am doing is using almost all keywords in same campaign, and just different is I'm optimizing based on countries. What are the suggestions you will give to improve my campaigns? Okay, so first thing is using all keywords in one campaign is fine if you are using the different ad groups with the relevant keywords. If you are using the 1,000 keywords into the single ad group and single campaign, this is not a good strategy, because what is happening, if you see your keywords, you will see only 10% of them is getting the maximum clicks and the maximum budget. So if you can divide those keywords and and you can divide them into the relevancy and target the relevant ads with them, and then see. Also always track the micro convergence. A lot of e-commerce stores, they don't track the micro convergence with the Google, like the add to cart, bounce rate, initiate checkout. See if any of those keywords showing any signal of productivity. If you have 1,000 keywords, I'm not sure how many ad budget is there, because for 1,000 keywords you need minimum 10,000 ad budget for that campaign. If you are not giving that much of ad budget, then that means you are not giving the proper data to optimize it. So either you have to reduce your keywords or go with the best keywords and segment into the best ad groups or the relevant ad groups.
Okay, so is it 10,000 per month or what for 1,000 keywords?
Like 1,000 keywords into the one campaign, which means he has basically put up everything he found out into the campaign. So this is the one frustration. Like I don't recommend doing it. 1,000 keywords is very big number. Like the big stores do it. Always go with like 10 to 20 keywords in each at a time.
Or 10 to 20. Okay.
From one keyword, only 203 keywords are live. Okay, but out of those 203 100 keywords, identify the best keywords, and like I mentioned, check the micro conversions.
Micro conversion. Yeah. Try to add to cart.
Okay, perfect.
So amazing. So James asked, can I create different ad group, cold keyword, warm keyword under one campaign? Yeah. Do you recommend separate the keyword into different campaign for the warm and cold? And
yes. This is actually appreciate. In fact, create the different campaign instead of ad group. If you create the ad group, what is going to happen? The ad group which has the which has the cold keyword going to consume all the budget, because AdWords spend the money on the campaign base, on the ad group base, not on the ad set base. Like Facebook does differently. They do it on the ad set. Now they are doing CBO, but in ABO we set on the ad set. We spend on the ad set basis. In Google Ads, it is CBO from day one. It is on the campaign base. So always create different campaigns if you want to test out the different thing with a different budget.
Okay, perfect. So just treat it like a CBO. So better separate it.
Yeah. Okay, thanks Rohan. Thanks for being a good fan.
Yeah, Wohan is really young. He's one of the one. I think his store definitely need your help. He's the one doing a lot of only using Google Ad. He's already able to do like 6K per day. So maybe you can, maybe later on you can, maybe Wohan interested, you can talk with Wohan, and then maybe Wohan store with your optimization. I think he can do even bigger number because he's just randomly put up 1,000 keywords. You can see.
Yeah. Definitely, guys. So we are an agency, and the only advantage that we have is the knowledge and experience that we are doing, and we are good at what we do. So if any one of you need help, don't worry. We are here. We can help you. You can contact Yik or you can contact me. I shared my details there, so no worries.
Yep. So if you need help, just make sure to. I think maybe Sandy, you can send a message here in the group, your Facebook message name or your Facebook profile link. And then for those who send message to Sandy, make sure to mention you are my student, so Sandy will reply you faster. Because Sandy cannot take in this is an agency, doesn't mean you can take like 100 people. She just told me it's just maximum like 10 people. Because this is too many. It's no way for his team to handle all their account, right? So that's why send him a message, mention that you're a YIG student, we are a YIG coaching student kind of things. So you get back to you ASAP, right? So because you also need to look into your store one by one, this and that, to verify whether you are able to do it or not. This is, he cannot serve everyone. You know, pick up the best, easiest, optimized, these kind of things, right?
Okay. So here is my email, guys. You can reach me here. Is it okay if I write my email, Vic?
Yeah, you put your email. Yeah, put your email and maybe your profile. Yeah.
This is my email. Here is my website. You can, reach us out here.
Yeah.
So I see one question here about the account suspension. It's common to get Google ad account banned. I got my personal account banned 10 years ago. This time I used a differently company address. Okay. Uh, okay. This is actually very big this year, because due to the drop shippers and everything, Google actually started penalizing a lot of merchant ad accounts. And the thing that they use a lot of third party reviews and the third party data to collect the feedback on the store. So when you are creating a new store, don't go and set up the campaigns immediately. First, build some repo. Make sure that you have installed every tracking, Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics. You have some analytics conversions happening in the account. Your contact us page, about us page, your customer testimonials, your return shipping policies, all these things should be top notch. Like, everything should look very authentic, because Google actually check all these things and they suspend the accounts a lot if they find any suspicious activity. And there's one trick that we are using and we found very very working with our clients who had the same issue. Sorry, we use the influencer marketing, or we use the Facebook ads. We start getting some transactions on the store, and we start with the search campaigns initially before setting up the merchant account or shopping ads. What that does, that actually built up some repo, because you have to farm your ad account. There's one thing named account farming, Google ad account farming, which means you are giving some money to the Google, spending some money and building up some repo. Once that is built up, then you can go for the shopping ad account. And if your account is suspended, don't use the same card, don't use anything which you used earlier, because they will identify it. In that case, you can buy some ad account from someone and then you can make it work. Also, one thing that I noticed, that even don't use the same laptop or same internet service provider as well, and the same location too. So that is also one thing which had been identified. A lot of advertisers had this trick. They use that you actually had to go to different location with a different laptop and a different internet service provider to build up the accounts.
VPN should not be enough. Okay, so Jason asked, do you provide the ad account to run, or you need to use their ad account?
Well, we don't provide ad account, because like I mentioned, ad account is something that you have to create. We have MCC store. It's very easy to create the ad account, but the most challenging part is the farming. But it's not that hard as it is Facebook. Just simply make sure your store is authentic, and if it doesn't look authentic, just make it authentic and it will work. Rohan, I think if your niche is right, if you have the white hat or the authentic niche, then you can run the Google Shopping ads. You don't have to worry about it then.
Okay.
So I think the time is also done, and I'm not sure about the R Hunter, but there are some Google Shopping feed for the Google Shopping app in the Shopify. If someone use Shopify, feed for the Google Shopping is one that I highly recommend. It is by the same process. It is very good, and you can use that. Can Google ad account can be done like FB account can share out to third party to run? Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It is very easy. You can give access to someone and they can manage it completely. Okay, perfect. So I think the time is also about to do, and
really good.
Really good, guys. Interacting with you is such a nice audience, and I'm really happy that I could help someone. So all the best. Happy 20, the 2020 was like bit of challenging for everyone, but I have seen e-commerce industry did see very good returns, and the increase in the cash flow and everything. We actually had a very busy year, and 2021 sounds very promising in in every aspect, from virus, from business and everything. So I wish you the same to you all guys. Take care and be rocking. Bye bye, Jik. Thank you very much for the
Thanks.
opportunity. Thank
Thanks,
you, man.
Sandeep. Thanks, Sandeep. All right.
Bye bye.
So, okay. Okay, you
Bye.
can go first. Sandeep,
Okay.
you can leave first if you want. So if you need any help from Sandeep, I will put his Facebook profile link in the group, and then you can send a private message to him, or you can just simply send him an email. Okay, because he need to look at your store and see what you guys are doing, and then we see when you guys whether you guys are best fit for it, right? So I will send you guys a replay for those who joined late. So Sandeep, the guy who just run our Facebook ad agency, he has provided a very, very in-depth training. To be honest, it's really, really in-depth. I know it's not that technical. It's not any demonstration, but the things he mentioned is really, really like a tips, like a hack. The hack kind of things that you need to optimize, you save you a lot of work. Okay, so if you join the live late, I will upload the replay. You need to watch the live from beginning. It will be really, really useful for those who want to explore the Google App by yourself. Okay, because there's a lot of setup. It's just very simple on the Google, but how you optimize it. So Sandy already tell you how to do it. Okay, yeah, we'll need the replay for sure. Right, and for those who really, really need, you have the budget, like what Sandy said. You're willing to spend $1,000 to $2,000 only on Google Ad. Then this is someone you can really, really reach out to. For us, in the beginning, like you said, I can't being banned, this and that, and I start working with him like I think three months ago. The first segment, because like our store, we have 3,000 products. He's literally texting every single product in our store one by one to try to figure out, okay, what is happening in our store, which one is really good, what this and that. That's the first one. We're not making money. We're just booking even and lose a little bit free. And then this month it started to kick off. I think it's because of Christmas, and then he started to optimize a lot of things, and it worked really, really well. And it's really, really consistent. Like every single day, I wake up, because most of them they optimize for the USA time. For us, it's Asian time. And when I wake up, then I already see like a few thousand sales there, and then I can easily I already lock in my profits. Unlike Facebook, for example, you put like $50 budget, you wake up half the day, no sales, he will still spend all the budget remaining. But for Google, basically you're targeting only USA only. So you finish up the budget in the first 12 hours, he will not spend anymore. So that's why the scalability, or what we call the risk, is not that high when I look at Google Ad, because it will not like Facebook just keep spending all the money, even though there's no click on that, because Google is charged mainly by click. No one click the ad, you will not get charged. So this really, really, I would say it's really, really low risk. That is something, yeah, Facebook just suck money, right? So there's very different model. So that's why, sorry that Yik cannot give you a lot of amazing training on Google, because I'm not someone really good at Google. So I prefer outsourcing to agency. Okay, so the same. If your store is good, you have to make him money, and you know your store have some winning product already, then he's really someone you can reach out to. Right? I have personally tested quite a number of agencies. I can tell you, a lot of agencies just no. They just, when I look at those, they just set up 2 accounts. They just set up 2 campaigns for the first 6 months. I will asking them, hey, you just do 2 campaigns for 6 months and you did nothing? That's what they have been doing. And then when we send it, they really optimize everything. They treat Google as their only income source for your store. So to make sure that only on Google alone, you are able to get sales. Okay, so that's why your budget, just give it a try. Okay, so Joey asked, do you start in the US first, then potentially second worldwide? Yep, I always start with US first. I think the reason is because different countries will have different beat. The same on Facebook, right? You target US is more expensive than you target other people. On Google, it's even more serious. Like people only target USA only, USA only, USA only. So that's why different country will have different beat. That's what how much budget you need to spend on it. So that's why start with USA first, or the top 4 countries first. You need to separate them by country. Then you can let him know, okay, I want to scale up to another country. Then you can create another campaign targeting that country, because different country may optimize for different keywords. Some people in USA, they search for this keyword for the shoes. In UK, they use another keyword for football. In the football and soccer can be different things. Right? So these are some minor tricks you need to know before you do the optimization and run in the Google Ad. Okay? So before we end, I give you one last mindset prep, is that I can tell you the journey about being an entrepreneur. Okay, so in the beginning, you are doing everything by yourself. You're doing everything by yourself, and then you start hiring people, right? When you're hiring people, you're teaching them to work on you, okay? But later on, you're gonna hire smart people to work inside your company, right? You, and then you with some newbie, and then you with newbie plus professional, then you hire someone, and then the biggest stage will be always is you hire agency, which means agency working with agency together to give you another like amazing result. Just like Apple hiring Samsung to create the RAM, create the screen, and this and that. Okay, so this is something you guys can slowly scaling up when your store is doing amazingly. Because here is the entrepreneur club training, which is more like into like you guys to know the journey as an entrepreneur. Okay, but if you're starting out but you have the budget, you can still give it a try. But that's something really, yeah. All right, you need to give it a try. Okay, so Patricia asked, so Facebook ad is so expensive now. 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks, yup. We are seeing exactly the same thing. We are seeing worldwide audience is like $20 for the CPM. It was just $3, but now it's $20. So for those who are seeing very expensive stuff, cut your stop loss really quick. Like the 3-day rules, right? So if day one you see that your cost per link is already so expensive, you just pause it. Okay, $2 no click, you just pause it. So maximum loss is just $20, right? 10 assets, $5 each. When they spend $2, no click, you can pause it. So you can have a really low stop loss. Okay, this is something I really recommend. Because but you still need to give room to some big winner. Because some big winner in the beginning, for the first $2 spend, already can get sales. Okay, so my recommendation is that monitor your ad. When they spend $2, no click, you just pause it. All right, mine was pretty cheap, but I can't bet. Oh. So AK asks, right? I have to make money before I run Google ad. Can I lose money to Google ad instead? Yup, you can. I can tell you, the money you lose to Google collect better data than Facebook. That's what I've been seeing. Everything you spend on Google, you will know which keyword people are searching, which keyword are buying, which product people are going into. Yeah, then it will give you like, okay, these people are searching this T-shirt. Maybe I can take this product out and do Facebook ad as well. Okay, so you can do it this a different way. All right, so this is something you can try. You can start with Google ad as well. Okay, let me see. My speech. So $3 per click, 10 inches, and just the first day I post it. Yeah, just pause it. Just pause it earlier. No worry. Just pause it earlier. So which are you asking about the Google? Yeah, for Google, it could be 1 to 2K per month. The best is at least to have 1 to 2K per month. But I would say, if you are doing it yourself, $20 per day is enough. $20 per, like Sandy said, $10 to $15 per USA shopping ad campaign also work. You can just slowly optimize it. In the beginning, I also just start with $10 to $15 because I have no idea what to do. You will still able to get sales for just $10 to $15. All right. The Facebook expert says stop scaling and doing new inches for December. I hope you don't get. So this is really a genuine answer. Okay, it's worth losing in Google ad, yeah, but make sure to have Facebook pixel, yeah, just to collect data. I'm going to try it myself and see how it goes. Yep, give it a try. You can simply go to YouTube. There's a lot of training on how to set up Google Shopping ad. Just follow some of it. You can set it up first and see how it goes. But if you want a better optimization, just send a message to Sandy. All right. So okay. So thanks everyone for coming. Okay. So next week, is it Christmas? Let's see. Next week is it's Christmas Eve. For Christmas Eve, do you guys still want to do live or you want to move to another day? We can still run it. It doesn't matter for us to just stay home most of the time because we don't want to go out. Okay, so move to another day, please. Okay, we'll move to another day. Don't worry. Okay, if you want, we can move to. Let me see. So boxing. Let me see. So next week, so it's like.
Okay, next week also.
Oh my God! Next week is 31st. 2-week break, or what do you mean? Okay, so maybe let me think. We can move to 23rd. So after Econ Club, after the dinner, we can do in Econ Club. Okay. I mean on the 23rd. So on 23rd, at the same time. So after Econ Club, and then I have the dinner, or you guys have the dinner, then we come back for the Entrepreneur Club. Okay, so on the 24th, 25th, you can still go to have fun. Okay, so next week we'll move to 23rd. Okay, Wednesday. All right. Okay, and then next week we discuss about the New Year Eve. Okay. Okay, let me see one more question. So just ask, would you recommend use our Hunter and start with low budget first, or go straight with get an agency and we need to take on high risk? Okay. If you are me, if I'm you, I would normally just go straight with the agency. For our Hunter, it's more like just how to set up a campaign. They will not do anything for you. You just set a campaign, that's it. So it will not be that optimized. But if you have the budget, because you can just 1 month, you think it's not good, I cannot handle all these things. Then you can just quit. It doesn't mean you need to stay for 1 year, all this kind of thing. You can base on that, you can tell the budget, okay, my maximum budget is like this and that. Can you help me to optimize it? If not, I have to go. Right? You can just talk about Sandeep. Sandeep will give a better plan. Sandeep have even more. For me, I don't know. Because I just go straight with Sandeep. I say, hey, we're doing 100K. Help me to do 100K. I don't care. Just let me to do it. Help me to do it. Then you just help me to do it. But for you guys, maybe you guys do not have a lot of budgets, you can talk to him. I'm so sure that he has a lot of requests from those people as well. I mean, he can base on what you are doing and give you guys a better plan. Okay, Freddie said, do you see shopping ad or search ad doing better when starting off? Most of the time, shopping ad will be the best. Because search ad is more like which product you're winning. Like if you're selling iPhone, the iPhone is your winning product. Then sure, you need to optimize only for iPhone, for people searching iPhone. Then we get a lot of conversion. But for us, for doing drop shipping with like hundreds of products in the store, okay, you never know which one you need to optimize for search ad. That's why search shopping ad is the best. For me, in my account, I think a lot of sales, basically all the sales is coming from the shopping ad. Let me do a quick look now. For search ad, it's not that much. Mainly will still be the smart shopping ad. We still have search ad, but not that much. Mainly will be still the shopping ad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So if you have no more question, see you guys tomorrow. YNC Academy, 9 p.m. Okay. Make sure always you guys, to be honest, you can miss every training, but you cannot miss the Friday night YouTube training. It's the best. If you have attended one, you know it's the best. Okay. Make sure that see you guys tomorrow, Friday, YouTube. Okay. Friday, YouTube, 9 p.m. and see you in a while. And then we're gonna have next week we'll be move the schedule to Wednesday. We'll keep you guys updated. Okay. And I will post a Sandeep Facebook group and Sandeep contact in both a mastermind group and an entrepreneur group, so you guys can have a look. Okay. So and thanks for everyone coming. So if you need any other help, always ask in the group. I will also add Sandeep into our entrepreneur club, so he can answer you guys. You can send it on Entrepreneur Club and see if any question. Okay, so thanks everyone coming. So later on, we're gonna keep inviting more amazing people join our training to give you guys more in-depth idea. Okay, so thanks so much for you to spend some time for this today to join the training. So enjoy your weekend, but get some gifts for your family, maybe your spouse, okay, your kid, these kind of things. Enjoy your remaining 2 to 3 weeks of 2020. Okay, be ready for the 20th and 21st. All right. Okay. So see you guys tomorrow and have a good day. Continue testing, but use super low budget. Okay, just pause it faster because if you find a big winner, the winner can still scale. Okay, don't miss the chance for testing it. Okay, so bye bye. 谢谢. Okay. Have a good day. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.